Hello, hi, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thanks for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it. And if you want to know how to create this look, then please continue watching. Starting with moisturizing my base, it is a very important step. You can use any moisturizer that you use and you love, but please hydrate your base. Now the primer, this one is from Smashbox, the Halo Primer. You have seen me use this a lot. It's great for all the skin types. But if you have dry skin, please moisturize before applying this primer. And for the base, I'm using this one from P. Louise. I think the shade is 1. This is the lightest base I have, that's why I'm using this. For today's eyeshadow, I have this Bperfect Carnival palette, and starting with this dark blue shade, I'm adding in my socket, as you can see, in a semicircle. And this brush is Morphe M506. It's my favorite brush, especially for small eyes. You can see how I'm applying this with a very concentrated amount and concentrating in one place. Don't just start blending around, or else you will make a big mess. Now here I am blending the edges with a clean brush. This clean brush is also Morphe M506. I have multiples of this. Now you have to blend the edges. It's a very important step, or else you won't get that smooth transition from light to dark. Next is this blue shade. I'm not sure about the shade name. You can see on the screen. Take your time and blend the edges. Now this minty shade. Again on Morphe's brush. This brush is M456 I guess. And I'm blending the edges. Now I'm adding the shades once more, because when you are blending you might lose some of the pigment. That's why I'm adding all the 3 shades again. You have to do this step because otherwise your shades won't pop enough. Now I'm adding a black gel liner. To make the shimmery shade, I will be adding next pop, and this is the glue from pack. And for eyeshadow, I'm using this one from Huda Beauty, the Mercury Retrograde palette, and this is a beautiful shade. I must have used this in my previous tutorial. Yep, and it's been stuck in my head ever since, so I'm using it again. Can you see this shade is so beautiful? All the palettes I have from Huda Beauty, they are so beautiful. Now I am using the shader brush and cleaning the edges. Now I'm adding the dark blue shade again on the inner and outer half of the eyes, so that the center of the eyelid can pop. Starting with this foundation, this is from Tilbury. It doesn't have much coverage, it's like a tint. And I got this wrong shade, it's lighter shade, so I'm adding this dose of color foundation so that I can balance it out. And using a damp beauty blender to blend everything. You can use brush if you like, but I don't think I get a proper result with brushes. That's why I avoid using brushes for the base. For concealer, this is my favorite e.l.f. concealer. It is very similar, I can say, to the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. And the shade is light beige, and I'm highlighting my center of my face. As I've said in my previous videos, this is an important step because otherwise my face will look very tired if I don't highlight. So I'm highlighting using this lighter shade of concealer. For cream contour, I will be using this Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Light and contouring the usual places, my forehead, my jawline, my cheeks, side of my nose where I want shadows. If you don't want cream contour, you can avoid this step completely, but for me, I think the contour looks very sharp and nice if I use cream products and then I layer it with powder products. For blush, this one is from Charlotte Tilbury. I think the shade is Pink Gasm. I'm not a big fan of this blush, but it's okay product for me. For powder, I'm using this one from Huda Beauty. The shade is Banana Bread. And for powder bronzer, I have this one from Balm Cosmetics. I can say makeup is a freestyle thing, so do whatever you like and what your preference is. This is what I like personally. I like sharp contours. If you don't like, then you can skip it. Now, as you can see, I have done some baking under my eyes. So in order to dust that product off, I am using this Charlotte Tilbury powder so that previous product doesn't leave a white cast. It's more like a finishing powder, so I use it once I'm done with my entire face. For blush, I have this Milani Luminoso, the famous blush from Milani. Now I'm applying this gel liner to cover the lash band. For waterline, I'm using this kajal from Urban Decay. I think Urban Decay is finally available in India and you can get this kajal as well. Now I'm using the same dark blue shade from the palette and smudging it using that minty shade. Now I'm highlighting my inner corners using the Becca's highlighter in shade Opal and using the same highlighter on my face as well. This is the Smashbox primer water. It's important so that it can melt all the powder in your skin and your base can look very nice and luminous. For lip liner, I'm using this one from PAC Cosmetics. The shade is Natural, and these lip liners, they are very much exact dupe of the MAC lip liners, not because of the wooden pencil type thing, but because the shades, the texture and how they wear on lips, it's exactly same. Now this lip gloss is from Lime Crime. The shade is Bitter Cherry. A very nice lip gloss. And here's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial and I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye.